2,000 miles ain't nothing to me. If the conversation right and you pay me the fee. If the weather looking bad, I know where I'ma be. Somewhere sunny by the sea, chilling under a tree. Now from South Beach to Tampa to Fort Lauderdale. For this money, I'm like Sherlock Holmes. I'm on the trail, on the interstate. I'ma get it, I ain't finna wait. Tryna run it up until the day that I disintegrate. I be in the streets, I be on the scene. New Jersey, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Baltimore, Philadelphia with the T's. Think your boy ain't did it, but I'm focused on my cheesecake. NCSC, VA, GA. It's an Amazon, but I'm running in the relay. 59, 45, I-20, I-40. When I'm out in Tennessee, you know I got to see shorty. Quick, fast, like flash, yeah, I'm back with it. Dispatches on my phone like, where you at with it? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at with it? Quit tripping, I'm Usain on the track with it. Quick, fast, like flash, yeah, I'm back with it. Dispatches on my phone like, where you at with it? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at with it? Quit tripping, I'm Usain on the track with it. CA, San Diego, Compton, Long Beach, I-10, I-8. Boy, I got a long reach, bikinis and low riders, tacos and enchiladas. Trying to hit the jackpot in Nevada. Gotta hit the strip when I'm out there on the trip. Skip, hurry up and ship. Get my chips, then I dip. I'm in Phoenix with the Suns. Getting to these ones. They tracking all my runs. Don't worry, here I come to Chicago, Wisconsin, and Indiana, and St. Louis like Nelly. Talking this country grammar at the TA, the Flying J, the Loves, and the Quick Trip. Do a local run if I'm trying to make a quick flip. I'ma drop the low, but I'ma have me some fun. Cause this life is too short. When it's over, it's done. I'ma enjoy the sights, the towns and the cities, all the states. The lower 48 out of 50 ride with me. Quick, fast, like flash, yeah, I'm back with it. Dispatches on my phone like, where you at with it? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at with it? Quit tripping, I'm Usain on the track with it. Quick, fast, like flash, yeah, I'm back with it. Dispatches on my phone like, where you at with it? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at with it? Quit tripping, I'm Usain on the track with it.
Always, man, starting out jamming, man. Shagati Swin, man, back at it. Representing the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? This Shagati Swin, one half for the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. My boy JB. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Real King David and the King Started the Day podcast. Also, man, coming up tomorrow evening, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern. Story time with T. I got another story for y'all, man. Make sure y'all tune in and watch the show. Man, make sure you hit the like button, man. You watching right now. Subscribe, man. Share, comment. Shagati Swin. Just want to tap in with the people real quick, as always. And, man, I'm talking about dreams and goals, man. So, man, I was looking for a way to work for myself. So I had been researching a lot of things, man. I was pulling stuff up on YouTube. I came across JT Helson, man. He talked about the courier business, man. And then I found out about expediting. Because I remember, man, I used to work at this chemical plant, and I had got let go from that job. One day I had a job, the next day I didn't have one. You know what I'm saying? And I had planned on being at this place for a long time. And I hated the feeling of not having the power of being at the mercy of somebody else and them saying, hey, you got something now? Now you ain't got it. I'll take it away from you. So I hated that. So I said, okay, man, I'm going to try to create something for myself that nobody could take away from me, that I have for myself. So I started researching expediting, man. I got into it. And I say, man, I'm going to get another one. You know, these chemical plant jobs pay pretty good. They pay you a good wage where you can take that money and invest in yourself, you know? So I say, man, right back at it. Boom, find me another plant job, right? Making good money. My whole game plan from the get-go was to use that job to fund my idea, my dream of creating this transportation business and working for myself from the get-go, you know? So I got in, man. I worked at the place for 2 years. The whole time I'm masterminding my plan. That was my dream. That was my goal at that time. So, man, I followed, I researched, found out all the necessary information, man, created my LLC, got the necessary certifications and stuff I need, the equipment so I could run this thing. I had told my pops about it. And my pops, he just looked at me. He thought the idea was stupid. He's like, how you gonna make money with that? I never seen it before. He didn't even know it existed. You know, so I had brought it to him and he shot it down. I said, okay, well, man, I'm gonna just do this by myself because I wanted to, you know, have my pops be a part of it. So, man, I got the equipment and then I got my first load. You know, I ain't let nobody know. My first load was a run to Canada. So your boy jumped in the van, man, picked up the load, man. I drove straight to Canada, man. 4:30 in the afternoon in Houston. I was in Canada 11:30 the next night. Dropped my first load off, and I was so excited about actually doing it. You know, I didn't get tired. Man. I drove through like a blizzard and everything. Man, I was focused. I was dedicated. I was like, I'm gonna get this here. I'm gonna get it to the destination. I can do this. How will I know if I can do this if I don't try? Got to the spot, man. Dropped it off. It was Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Dropped it off, man. Did the paperwork and everything. From what I had saw from my study and research and talking to people, I had reached out to Everything Apex. I had talked to box truck coach Sheldon, man, and his team. Asked my questions, got some information. I've been studying people for months. You know what I'm saying? Before I went out there and jumped off the porch. Man, I delivered that load, turned the paperwork in, got me in a hotel room because I was tired. You know. Next day, man, the money in my account. You know. I got paid about $2,000 to drive up there. And I was like, that's it? I got paid for just driving? I wear what I want to wear. You know, I ain't got to shave or nothing like that. I know you see your boy looking scruffy. I'm thinking whether or not I should grow this beard all the way out. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think. Ladies, let me know what y'all think. And I was like, okay, man, I did it. Now it's time to do more of it. So I dropped it. I said, man, that's it. I did this on my own, under my own name, under my own business. And I made this money. I made the same amount of money in 2 days, or, you know what I'm saying, that it took me 2 weeks to make. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, that's it? I ain't got to be around no dangerous chemicals. I ain't got to be in no dangerous heights. I ain't got to be in field. Something going to catch on fire. Something going to blow up. None of that. I ain't got to put up with no attitudes. I ain't got to associate with people I don't really care for or don't like. And so, man, I was like, wow, I'm living my dream. I'm living my goal. But the thing about it, too, is that you got to take steps. You just can't say a prayer and expect God just to give it to you. You put your prayer in and you put the work in. You know, I had the vision. And like Pimp C, man, I always say that Pimp C said, man, you don't see what I see because you don't see what I see. Your vision is your vision. So I had the vision, but I took the steps to execute it. You know what I'm saying? So I did that. And it was so much joy of actually setting out, of doing something and actually achieving it. You know? So I did that, man. Then I found me another load coming back down to the States, coming back down south. I wanted to see my kids because I had time off. I was on my 7 days off from the chemical plant. I was still working at the chemical plant. So I got a load going down to Alabama, not too far from where my kids live in Mississippi. So I was able to make money and go visit my kids at the same time. So I got another load coming back down. I think it was about 1,800. So here I am. I done made, $3,000 something in 3 days. So it come on like an average, like $1,000 a day. When it was taking me 2 weeks to make that at the job, and I'm working hours I don't want to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm uncomfortable. I'm being put around hazards that I don't like. You know? And so, but it felt good to have that goal and have something outside of a 9 to 5. But that was my dream and my goal, and I achieved it, and I ran it. So as you hear in the song I played at the beginning, man, where you at? It talks about me running the load, and dealing with dispatchers. And like I say, man, put your dream into action, man. It's better to have tried than not try at all. You never know what's gonna happen. Like, we got this platform, man, and I'm gonna play a little something real quick. You never know who's gonna pay. You never know who's rocking with you. You won't know unless you put it out there and you make it visible. And you never know who's gonna support you. Man, I started recording videos of me dropping off loads. Next thing you know, man, it's people like tapping in. Now I got an audience. You know what I'm saying? And with that audience, I can put things in front of them. I can put products in front of them. You know what I'm saying? I can help other people get a voice to get that message out in front of people. You know? And I'm gonna play you something real quick, man. This is my friend Frances Fomai. She's also an author. She's a dispatcher and a freight broker. And I'm gonna tell you how. I'm gonna show you how, having a platform, social media, podcasting can help you in your business and your goal and your dream. So I'm gonna show this to y'all real quick, man, and show you how my platform and the people that was following me helped her in her business. Man, and big shout out to her, man, because she gave me a shout out back. So I'm about to show this to y'all real quick.
So I ended up connecting with Tony, who was a cargo van driver, and he is also an owner-operator. I didn't know that Tony also had a platform on YouTube and Instagram where there were lots of people that were following him because he writes songs about transportation. It sounds funny, but it isn't. Yes. And he just talks about the different struggles he's experiencing while he's in there, or he talks about the money, or he talks about what his thoughts are while he's driving. And I'll send you a link of it, but he's called Swin. And
that
you
is
wouldn't.
genius.
Oh my God, it is so genius. He had shouted me out on a social media platform. And then I had an influx of carriers reach out to me and my sister. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Fran. She's an author, man. And in that episode, man, that's the Trailblazer Experience podcast. Check that out. That's a good podcast, man. She was one of the guests. That's a recent episode of the podcast. She was on there. She's telling her story of how she even got into transportation. And because she was thinking of an idea of how to build generational wealth for her and her family. She wanted to start her own business. She thought it was time for her to step out and do her own thing. Amazing story. Make sure you watch that episode. The link to the episode is in the description of this video. And man, she gave your boy a shout out, and I'm finna show her book. Once again, man, this is her book. Can You Hear Me? This book is available on Amazon, man. Make sure you go get it. It's by Frances Fomai, man. Check it out. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you check out that episode, man. An amazing story. It's an inspirational story. And man, make sure you peep that out. And also, man, as she mentioned, your boy, hey, I got transportation music. Check my album out, man. It's available now. Make sure you go get that, man. Jamming music, man. If you're in the transportation world, if you ain't in the transportation world, man, this album jams, man. 12 tracks, man. Make sure you go peep that out, man. It's available. The link to Spotify is in the description also, man. So make sure you check that out. And while we talking about books and we talking about podcasting, make sure you go get The Power of Podcasting by Dr. Tina Ramsey, which is available now. It's an Amazon bestseller. Make sure you get your hands on this book. It's a lot of good knowledge and tips. As I say, unlocking tips and strategies for podcast success. Make sure you check that out, man. It's available now. CTR Media Network. That's what's up, man. You got Swin. And man, these platforms can help in a lot of it's not just for just looking and getting laughs and giggles, man. You got a phone, like Wallow say, you got a phone in your hand, you got a business in your hand. You got a phone in your hand, you got a business in your hand. So use these platforms, man. CTR Media got 350 million listeners in 70 countries around the world. Get your voice and your business in front of these people. Holler at your boys. Man, or go to ctrmedianetwork.com, man. Tap in. Like I say, you can reach us always, man. MCABW Podcast at gmail.com, man. If you would like to advertise with your boy, you want to give a shout out, you want us to do a review with you, holler at you guys. If you want to come on and be a guest, the link to register as a guest is also in the description of this video, man. Make sure you hit it if you want to tap in with us and get your product and your voice in front of the people, you know? So that's your guy, Swin, man. Like, you don't know what, like a year can really change your life. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going to happen or what God got in store for you until you try. It's better to try than to live regrets. And man, I'm real happy about trying on my dream. My boy Joe, my co-host, he said, man, you one of the people I know that when they come up with an idea or something, they got something on their mind, they do it. See, a lot of people just talk. You don't want your life to go by just talking, because man, the life is short. We're not gonna live forever. You know, take that chance, step on out, man. Try that dream, try that goal. You never know. Howard, man, this right here, I love doing this. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing something that you love, it don't feel like work. You know? If you got a God-given gift for talent, man, use it. She got T Swin, man. I'm gonna play a song real quick for y'all. And it is it's called You Can Do It, man. It's me and my brother, the 7 Deuce, okay, Captain T. Let me get that on for y'all real quick. I'm gonna be up out of here. She got T Swin.
Your dreams are your dreams. They're your dreams. My dreams are my dreams. Dream big. When it get dark, don't you fall apart. Just turn on the high beam. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah. Fuck what they talking about. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah. Lay approval, you can do it. Write it on a piece of paper, manifest your goals. Say a prayer, talk to God, look into your soul. It get hot in the kitchen, just keep cooking at the stove. Distractions on the side, but just keep looking at the road. Sometimes it get bumpy, sometimes you wanna quit. They all in the same style, but you be on some other shit. Some undercover shit, don't let them know what you doing. They already hating, you want your plans to be ruined. The hood looking like a bucket, homies acting like crabs. Want to see the old you, so they be picking their scabs. Bob and weave, but stay straight, throw your hook and your jab. Ride the bus or take a Uber till you swinging the slab. Stay on your grind and in your mind, make sure you stay in your lab. Till your dream is in your reach and you can physically grab. Don't just take what they give, anything you can have. Let your dream show you the world while they stuck on the Ave. You can do it. Your dreams are your dreams. They're your dreams. My dreams are my dreams. Dream big. When it get dark, don't you fall apart. Just turn on the high beam. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah. Fuck what they talking about. You can do it. You can shine. You can do it. Yeah. Yes, sir. They approval. You can do it.
They watching every move I make, every step I take. Every time I feel I'm about to win, I make a new mistake. Putting my faith in people that only wish to bring me evil. The story of my life seems like a never-ending sequel. Ain't no equal opportunity for you and me. I'm only spitting facts. Born black with a target on my back. I ain't out here selling crack. I ain't out here pimping hoes, popping molly, smoking weed, putting snow up in my nose, sipping lean, popping bean, ass hanging out my jeans. Look at Martin Luther King. They kill niggas for having dreams. The king of all kings, genetics is in my genes. Even though they know the truth is yet to be seen. I'm the cream of the crop, my swagger is out of stock. You couldn't fit my shoes if I let you borrow my socks. Then been around the block more times than you can count. Only 2 things matter, my keys in my bank account, for real.
Your dreams are your dreams. They're your dreams. My dreams are my dreams. Dream big. When it get dark, don't you fall apart. Just turn on the high beam. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah. Fuck what they talking about. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah. They approval. You can do it.
That was your guy T Swin featuring 7 Deuce, man. You can do it. Always, man. Jamming, boy. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Check out the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. Man, make sure you check out the King's Thought of the Day. Also, make sure you check out tomorrow evening, Story Time with T. You know what I'm saying? And while you living your life, getting twisted, make sure you get twisted with Twisted T, man. Story Time with T, man. It's going down. Got T Swin. I'm up out of here. Representing for the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. Peace, y'all. What up, everybody? It's your guy, T. Swin. As you know, I was recently featured in the Trucker Magazine's March issue for my transportation music. Well, the wait is finally over. The transportation music is here now. Man, you can play it, stream it, download it, buy it, man. Spread the word. Good, clean music that jams. Be a part of history in the making, man. The first ever all transportation music album ever. Our own genre, transportation music. Buy what you got, T. Swin. Let's get it.
Yes, let me show you how to pick it up and move it. Homie, this is transportation music. Something to ease your mind while you're cruising. Homie, this is transportation music.
Hey, it's me again, your guy T. Swin with Storytime with T. You can listen to Storytime with T on Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Overcast, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public. Support the show. Listen on the go anywhere while you work out at the job. It's your guy T. Swin, Storytime with T. Check it out, y'all. Support. Peace.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.